Buckle up, because you're about to witness some of the most unbelievable, jaw-dropping, and downright shocking car crashes ever caught on camera. From reckless drivers to absurd road rage incidents, this compilation is a wild ride through the craziest moments of chaos on the streets. Whether it's speed demons losing control, distracted drivers making disastrous mistakes, or pure bad luck in action, these clips serve as a brutal reminder of why staying alert on the road is so important. First up, a shocking bike accident. A reckless driver speeds through an intersection, completely missing the biker in his path. Bam! The impact sends the rider flying, the bike skidding across the road in a terrifying scene. But the chaos doesn't stop there. Just miles away on the highway, a massive disaster unfolds. Multiple trucks, unable to brake in time, crash into each other in a brutal chain reaction. Here comes another reckless driver with zero control. Slamming the throttle way too hard, he sends the car speeding uncontrollably down the road. Within seconds, disaster strikes. He completely loses control. The car crashes head-on into a massive truck, the impact crumpling the vehicle instantly. At a busy signal, a driver suddenly loses consciousness, his foot slipping off the brake as his car slowly drifts forward. Meanwhile, another driver up ahead comes to a sudden stop, applying the brakes just in time. But disaster follows. The driver behind, unaware of the stopped vehicle, fails to react in time. Crash. A truck barrels down the highway at high speed, but the driver fails to notice the massive vehicle right in front of him. With no time to react, the inevitable happens. He slams straight into the back of the truck ahead. The impact is so intense that the front truck spins out of control, making a full 360-degree turn before coming to a crashing halt. A fatal mistake that proves just how deadly a moment of lost focus can be on the road. This is what happens when drivers stop paying attention. Whether it's distractions, overconfidence, or just plain carelessness, these inattentive drivers find themselves in avoidable fender benders. From sudden lane changes to last-minute stops, their lack of focus leads to one crash after another. A perfect example of why staying alert behind the wheel is absolutely crucial. Icy roads and high speeds are never a good mix. This driver learns it the hard way when the car suddenly loses traction, skidding uncontrollably across the frozen road. Before there's any chance to recover, the vehicle veers off course and bam! It flips over, rolling onto its roof in a brutal crash. Just another reminder of how dangerous winter roads can be. Speeding down the road, this driver loses control and veers straight off course, heading right for a roadside pole. In a split second, the car smashes into it with full force, the impact crumpling the front end. But things go from bad to worse. Sparks fly, and within moments, flames erupt from the wreckage. Fire engulfs the vehicle as smoke fills the air, turning a crash into a full-blown disaster. A high-stakes situation unfolds as a DC police cruiser speeds toward an active shooting scene, sirens blaring and lights flashing. But just as officers rush to respond, an unexpected disaster strikes. Out of nowhere, another vehicle crashes straight into the police cruiser, the impact sending both cars skidding across the road. A chaotic moment that adds even more tension to an already dangerous situation. Total chaos erupts on the highway as multiple cars lose control, triggering a brutal chain reaction of crashes. One vehicle swerves too hard, colliding into another, setting off a devastating domino effect. In mere seconds, metal crunches, glass shatters, and cars pile up along the roadside. Smoke rises, sirens wail, and the entire stretch of road turns into a scene of absolute wreckage. A moment of reckless driving turns into a nightmare as a high-speed car loses control, veering violently off course. In a split second, the vehicle slams into oncoming traffic with devastating force. The impact is brutal, metal twists, debris flies, and the crash leaves behind a scene of total destruction. A deadly and tragic reminder of how one wrong move on the road can have fatal consequences. Wet roads make for some unexpected comedy as this driver struggles to keep control. Despite desperate attempts to steer, gravity wins the battle, sending the car spinning right into the road divider with a soft thud. A harmless but hilarious reminder that slippery roads don't play fair. Out of nowhere, a car loses control, swerving wildly across the road. The driver struggles to regain balance, but it's too late. Within seconds, the vehicle slams straight into a massive truck. The impact is brutal, sending debris flying and causing chaos on the road. Traffic comes to a sudden halt as drivers swerve to avoid the wreck, turning the entire highway into a scene of total disorder. Sharp turns and reckless driving, never a good combination. Time and time again, drivers underestimate the curve, coming in way too fast. Tires screech, cars tilt, some skid off the road, others flip over, and a few even crash into each other, turning the high turn into an absolute mess. A wild reminder that slowing down is always the smarter choice. Whoa, look at this guy, completely ignoring the road markings. He suddenly swerves straight into the divider like he's trying to defy the laws of physics. Just as he rebounds off the barrier, a massive truck slams into him, sending his car spinning out of control. His out-of-control ride skids right into a packed traffic jam, weaving straight into multiple lanes like a pinball gone wrong. Talk about a disaster in motion. At a busy signal, a driver suddenly loses consciousness, his hands still on the wheel as the car keeps moving. Without control, the vehicle drifts right into the turn, straight into disaster. A loud crash echoes as the car slams into another, sending debris flying. A terrifying reminder that anything can happen on the road in just a matter of seconds. Pure mayhem unfolds as reckless drivers show no regard for control or caution. One wrong move leads to another, and in a blink, multiple cars slam into each other in a disastrous pileup. The impacts are brutal. Metal crunches, vehicles spin out, and some crashes are so intense they come mere inches from being fatal. A chilling scene that proves reckless driving is a direct ticket to disaster. A quiet neighborhood gets an unexpected shock when a speeding car loses control and veers off the road. Within seconds, it smashes straight through the garden wall of a Bradford home. Bricks scatter, plants are uprooted, and the car comes to a crashing halt inside the yard. A dramatic reminder that reckless driving doesn't just stay on the road, it can crash right into your front yard. Get ready for some of the wildest and most unbelievable car crashes caught on dashcam, straight from the roads of Australia. From reckless drivers misjudging turns to shocking high-speed smashes, these clips capture the chaos of driving down under. Watch as close calls, brutal rollovers, and near-miss disasters unfold in real time. Some drivers walk away lucky, while others learn the hard way that the road is unforgiving. From high-speed collisions to unexpected fender benders, these car crashes are as intense as they come. Reckless drivers, slippery roads, and split-second mistakes all lead to total chaos on the streets. Watch as vehicles spin out of control, slam into obstacles, and crash into one another in shocking real-time footage. A moment of recklessness leads to a horrifying tragedy. A speeding car, out of control, veers off its path and collides head-on with another vehicle in a devastating impact. The force of the crash is brutal. Metal crumples, debris scatters, and the scene turns into pure destruction. A moment of recklessness leads to a horrifying tragedy. A speeding car, out of control, veers off its path and collides head-on with another vehicle in a devastating impact. The force of the crash is brutal. Metal crumples, debris scatters, and the scene turns into pure destruction. A shocking scene unfolds from above as a helicopter camera captures a reckless driver speeding the wrong way on an Australian highway. Cars swerve desperately to avoid disaster. The inevitable happens. A brutal head-on collision shakes the road, sending debris flying and bringing traffic to a sudden standstill. A chilling reminder that one wrong move can lead to total catastrophe. A California dental office turns into chaos when a speeding car suddenly loses control. In a shocking moment, the vehicle jumps the curb and smashes straight through the front of the building. Glass shatters, debris flies, and stunned bystanders rush to the scene. A dramatic crash that proves no place is truly safe when reckless driving is involved. A routine patrol takes a devastating turn in the city of Washington when a police cruiser gets caught in a brutal crash. The impact is intense, sending the vehicle spinning and leaving multiple people, including an officer, injured. Emergency responders rush to the scene as wreckage and debris cover the road. A shocking reminder of how dangerous the streets can be, even for those sworn to protect them. shocking surveillance footage captures the terrifying moment a speeding car crashes straight into a school bus in Washington. In an instant, the impact sends the bus jolting, with students inside experiencing the full force of the collision. Screeching tires, shattered glass, and a chaotic scene unfolds as emergency responders rush to help. Earlier today, a devastating crash unfolded on I-405 as a semi-truck and a car collided, adding to the growing list of accidents in the area. The roads have become a danger zone, with reckless driving and hazardous conditions leading to pileups and collisions, a stark warning that safety should always come first behind the wheel. Some drivers just can't handle dual turns, and this footage from Tukwila, Washington proves it. As cars attempt to navigate the intersection, one driver completely misjudges the turn, swerving straight into the wrong lane. The result? A messy, unnecessary crash that could have been easily avoided. A perfect example of why paying attention to road markings and staying in your lane is so important. What you've just witnessed is the harsh reality of the roads. How one moment of carelessness or a wrong decision can lead to devastating consequences. It's a powerful reminder to always stay focused, drive safely, and respect the rules of the road. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to share it with others and spread the message. Stay safe out there, and remember, your life and others are in your hands every time you get behind the wheel.